Why does Honda build 45 different motorcycles?
CB550F. Does the F stand for fast?
I want a lot of bike, but I don't have a lot of money.
Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tim. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We're in my office and today we're going to talk about this vintage motorcycle project that I'm going to start. And to give you guys a clue into what the motorcycle is, I'm going to show you guys the gas tank. It's right here. Beautiful gas tank. Check this out, guys. Nice vintage gas tank. All right, did you guys have enough time to guess what motorcycle this is? If you're not new to the channel and you're already a subscriber, then you would have seen in the past couple of videos that I posted about a 1975 Honda CB550 Four. And that's where that gas tank is from. So I'll leave a link to that video. I kind of talk about how I got the motorcycle, and it's been sitting in a garage probably since 1977. And there's very little rust on it. It's just like caked on dust, which I did try to clean off a bit. And I'll go into, what I've done so far. Oh yeah, this is going to take some polishing after. I'm really excited to restore this Honda CB back to life and get it running if possible. I have no idea how the engine works and things like that, but luckily I have the manual, the shop manual for the motorcycle, and I've been reading through this, just trying to familiarize myself with the motorcycle. The great thing about vintage motorcycles is that unlike modern motorcycles, you can see the components and kind of see how everything works. There's something about vintage bikes and the simplicity and being able to visually see how the mechanics work that make the machine beautiful. So after watching a lot of videos on like Honda CB restoration and checking to see if the engine still works, the first thing I should look into is seeing if the motor will turn over. And luckily this motorcycle was stored with the spark plugs in. So the spark plugs, there's 4 spark plugs, they go on the top, and if they're stored without the spark plugs, there's basically just 4 holes. Moisture can get into the engine and rust. Luckily this motorcycle was stored with the spark plugs and inside a garage with no moisture. So I went in there, I took out the spark plugs, and then this is PB Blaster, and we're gonna spray this into the holes where the spark plugs were at, and hopefully this will get inside the motor and lubricate some things, so when we try to turn it over, it's nice and smooth. If there's any like rust buildup or anything like that, this PB Blaster is a powerful rust penetrating catalyst. I've also seen people use WD-40, so I guess you could use that as well. So let's try this out, see what happens. Woohoo, got it. Gasket's all worn out, so we'll have to change that out. But after I got the PB Blaster in there, I went in and I was able to, turn the motor over pretty easily. It didn't feel like anything was stuck in there or jammed. So I think that was a good sign, just based on my little bit of knowledge it seemed like that was a good sign that the motor was not seized and I was able to turn it over. The next thing I did was drain the oil. I wanted to see if there was oil in the motorcycle, and my plan is to remove the carburetor and the engine in the near future, so I figured I should drain the oil so once I get in there, I don't have all this oil leaking once I start to take it apart. So it looked like there was a full thing of oil. Took off the oil filter. In here, this light might be making it too bright, but in here it talks about the carburetor, how to adjust the carburetor and do all that. We're gonna have to rebuild the carburetor anyways and make sure it's all cleaned out and tuned properly. So I figured that would be the best thing for me to do would be to remove the carburetor and just start taking a look. Follow this manual, get in there, see what I can understand and see if I can fix it. And if I can't fix the carburetor myself, then at least I have it off the motorcycle and I could take it to a professional so they can tune it for me and rebuild it properly. But I'll see how far I can get when it comes to that. After I take out the carburetor, the next thing I want to do is remove the engine completely. And in here it tells you how to disassemble the engine, and I kind of just want to go through it. Whether or not I get this motorcycle to work, I think it's going to be a good learning experience. Before, I would not have considered doing a rebuild or restoration project like this, but I really feel passionate about this motorcycle, and I'm just gonna treat it like a Lego with instructions. I'm sure that if I just follow these instructions, I should be able to piece this motorcycle back together. But we'll see, guys. So if I can't work on the engine and it's too complicated, I feel like I can at least work on everything else on the motorcycle. Right off the bat, we're gonna need a new front brake, a new master cylinder. I looked in there, the brake fluid is like all dust, and I'm gonna have to take all that off and rebuild it. And I feel like I can do that on my own. I feel like I can do the brakes, front and rear. We got a drum brake in the back and a single disc brake in the front. We'll also need to see how the clutch is, see if that needs to be rebuilt. We'll need new tires. I'll need to restore the wheels. Hopefully the wheels are still good and I can keep the original wheels and re-spoke them or whatever needs to be done. Those things I feel like I can do on my own. It's gonna be difficult, but I feel like if I just take the time, I can figure it out. Gotta check the electricals. Hopefully the electricals are all good. I've been reading a lot about these Hondas, and people are saying that the electrical is bulletproof, so hopefully it is. Oh yeah, we gotta make sure this gas tank is good. I checked inside and it looks pretty decent. And I think there's a couple of rust spots, but really nothing too crazy. This gas tank is kept in really good condition, but nonetheless, probably have to go in there, clean it out, and also reseal it, and also probably change the petcock. This guy. The petcock right there, probably have to change that or rebuild it. We'll see. What I'm really excited to do is polish up the fenders and get all the chrome and all the metal on there nice and restored. I got some things off Amazon and I'll show you guys in the future video, but kind of want to work on the exterior and get it all nice and polished. I'm really excited about that. Man, there's a lot of tools I'm probably going to have to acquire. These are like special tools. Going through the manual and stuff, I'm getting a better understanding of it. So it's just gonna take some patience and elbow grease. If you guys are interested in following this project, subscribe to the channel, like this video. I'm gonna try to post, at least once a week on updates to the motorcycle. Next week, I'm planning on removing the carburetor, and then we'll take a look at the carburetor. Thank you guys for watching this video and coming along on this journey. I still have more prepping to do to get this room ready for the motorcycle, so I'm gonna get to that, and then I will see you guys on the next episode. Peace.
I need to take a trip.
Leon! Follow the leader.
A long trip.
He's on a Honda